Hello, this is Carla Cross, and thank you for joining me for a sneak preview of Train the Trainer. This is a distance learning course. It's the same course that I've taught live in Washington State for many years, Instructor Development Workshop. It's accredited for 15 clock hours, and it fulfills the requirement to teach clock hour courses in Washington State. And the reason I want to show this to you is I've just put it in new course software, which makes it really easy to go through, and I think it's fun to go through too. But first, before I show you, let me ask you this. When you get up in front of people, do you feel like this? Well, lots of us do. And the reason we do is we don't have a process and a system. We don't have any confidence in getting up there before people. And we're told all the time, just get up there and say a few words, or I want you to promote my product or service. And we're like, oh no, I'm not on your life. Well, that's because you don't have a process and a system. Now, many of you know I'm a longtime musician, and it would be like me trying to play a Beethoven sonata for you if I didn't have the music and I didn't know how to put my fingers on the keys. I would never try that, and you wouldn't either, and yet we're told all the time, get in front of people, you can do it, because after all, it's just talking. Well, after you take this course, and you're in front of people, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get a standing ovation. You're going to be so confident and so enthusiastic and so prepared that people are going to love what you do, and you're going to help thousands of people with your information. Here's what you'll get in this course. You'll get clear guidelines to teach effectively, 2 awesome models to build your presentation. Now, you may not know this, but all pop music is modeled the same, and in this course I'm going to show you how that works. All classical music has models, and so composers just don't start in and go, I'm going to dream up some notes to put together. No, we have processes and models to go from, and we do in speaking too, and writing courses, and I'm going to show you what those are, so you can put this together with confidence. I'm going to give you 6 tips to calm your nerves and look forward to presenting. Now, as a long-time performer, I've had to learn how to control the nervousness and turn it to enthusiasm. So I'm going to show you what the pros know and what the pros do. So I want you to be a little bit excited, but I also want you to be a lot enthusiastic. So I'm going to show you how to do that so that the next time you're ready to get up in front of people, you can hardly wait to help them to share what you know. Then I'm going to show you 5 methods to teach without lecturing. Now, a lot of affiliates take this course. That is title people, mortgage company, escrow people, inspectors. Now, you guys know a lot of detailed information. The problem is a lot of times the courses you're given are really little books on the subject. It doesn't teach you how to teach. So if you don't know any better, you just talk through it. Well, we can't talk very long until we bore people to tears. So I'm going to show you how to teach without boring them to tears. And finally, 6 ways to meet your audience challenges with grace. When I'm teaching, I always start with, what are your needs? What do you want from this course? And one of the things I get, besides calming the nerves, is how do I meet the audience challenges? So I'm going to show you great methods, and I say with grace, because you're not Don Rickles, you're not Robin Williams, and I want to show you how to, in the best sense, control your audience with grace, and they'll never even know you're doing it, and they'll love you because you have a great classroom atmosphere. So let me show you what this looks like now in the new course software. It's really cool. Instead of just a dense outline, I've put this course into sections, and it's very easy to go through. So you can see the topics of every section. Now, when you get into each section, this is what it looks like. So let's take an example. You click on a section. Let's say you click on how adults learn, and this is what you're going to see. you see then the detail. So you see how easy it is to step through each part of the course. You just click on it and go there. Now I've set this up so you can go back as many times as you want. You can skip ahead. So let's say you got a big problem with controlling your audience. You can skip ahead and go right to that section if you want to. Now, when you click on each of these subsections, you'll see the topics, the areas, the audios, and the videos, and some work to do if there is work. Now, in this section, there's no specific work, but there is, you'll see that question mark at the end, the rapid review. And what that means is I'm going to help you think through all the concepts and skills that I've taught you in this section, and I'm going to help you review them. So when you come to the final exam, you will get 100% because you will have become that instructor that's just the pro in your field. Let's see what you get. You get also dozens of resources for trainers. This is much more than a course. I put in sample courses with teaching guides because what I find is most of you will never get a course to teach that has a teaching guide. And so I want to show you how to arrange those courses so they're actually teachable. And by the way, if any of you want to write courses and sell them, this is how you do it. I've written courses and sold them for all the major franchises worldwide, and I know how to write teaching guides. And I know how to help you do that. So you're going to see some of my examples there. Training calendars. This is one thing a lot of you need to do. I'm going to show you how to make a great training calendar so that you are actually improving what you need to improve, not just filling up the squares on the calendar. Then guides to create your presentation. I've got several of those kinds of guides. Why? Because I can teach you all kinds of things about voice modulation and where you stand and all that stuff. But if you have no great teaching guides, you're going to be up a creek. That's like, as I said, trying to play a Beethoven sonata but not having the music. And then 8 examples of teaching strategies ready to use now. I share with you exactly how to do things. Really cool, like fun exams that you can do with people. And I say exams, but it's really for fun. And it's really so you know where you are and where you need to go with people. So I'm going to show you specific examples that you can basically take from me, rip off, and use right away, and you will appear to be a pro. Now, not only that, I've got detailed guides to help you. I want to give you the guidance when I'm not there. So I'm not just going to talk. I'm not going to just tell you jokes. I'm not going to tell you stories. Those are great and they'll entertain you. They're not going to help you teach later on. I want to really help you teach. I want you to come back to me in 6 months and say, Carla, that specific guide has helped me stay out of trouble, control my audience, and use different kinds of teaching methods so I'm not boring them to tears. So one of the things that I've given you is my detailed checklist to assure that small groups go right, because that's one of the ways you control your audience with grace. In addition, I'm giving you detailed guidance on how to become an approved instructor in the state of Washington. I want you to know the Department of Licensing tells me that my students always do the best applications. And you know why that's so cool? Because I want them, when they see your certificate coming from me and they see your application, I want them to say, that's one of Carla's students, and this application is awesome, and I don't have any questions about this person, and I'm going to approve her or him. So that's why I give you all these details that you can keep with you and use forever. I've got to be so modest to say I think this is the best training advice available, because it's going to give you the confidence that you need. It's going to gain you dozens of training skills. It's going to get you tips on creating presentations that work. And the course fulfills requisites to become a Washington approved clock instructor, and it carries 15 clockers, but that's not the best. What's the very best is I'm going to prepare you with confidence to get in front of groups of 200 to 2,000, know where you're going, be enthusiastic, and get ready for that standing ovation. So I urge you to go ahead and take Train the Trainer and get all of these benefits.